Here are a few tips on using the Nikon F2. When attaching a lens, if you're using an original model Nikon lens, make sure to turn the aperture ring all the way to the right and then to the left. If you don't, then the light meter will not adjust properly and your photos may be under or overexposed. Turn it right and turn it left and you will be exposing the photos no problem. When using the self-timer, cock the shutter lever so the shutter is ready to fire. Then move the self-timer to the desired time. Once the desired time is selected, please press the button located directly above the timer. This will ensure a correct exposure at the desired time. If you press the shutter instead of the small timer button, the shutter will fire immediately and you will not create the desired exposure. When in doubt, lock your shutter. Lock your shutter and lift up on the surrounding circular metal ring and turn it to L. L stands for lock, ensuring a safe and pleasant photography experience. Exposure is tricky when you leave it up to a little light meter on an old camera. The camera is intended to detect light in an overall scene. If you have a subject in a shaded area, the camera's light meter may detect the background light and expose for the background. In order to avoid this, take a reading of the light up close to your subject, and then recompose your image for the desired result. Multiple exposures. When taking a multiple exposure photo, please take the first of the two photos that will make the multiple exposure. Next, depress the film release button located on the bottom of the camera while simultaneously cocking the film advance lever. Because you pressed the film release button, the film should not have moved. Take your second exposure. You can repeat the process of depressing the film release button and cocking the film advance lever as many times as you desire for your multiple exposure. Once you're satisfied, cover the lens of your camera and advance the film and click the shutter. This will not ruin your multiple exposure as there will be no light hitting the film. You are now able to advance your film to the next frame. A tip for multiple exposure photography is to find subjects that have either a lot of contrast or a lot of shadows. By taking a photo with shadow, you will leave unexposed space on the film for your second exposure to align. If you are new to the Nikon F2, here are a few basics to get you started. The ASA should correspond to the ISO of your film selected. You can push your film if you desire, but as a beginner, I would recommend to stick to the film speed that is listed on your desired film. Simply lift the top of the ASA wheel and align it to the desired film speed. Your Nikon F2 light meter will now correctly expose your film. When loading film, first turn the open and close mechanism to open the camera back. Simply pull on the top of the rewind knob so you can load the film. Push the film rewind down and insert the film into the leader. Make sure the film is aligned with the bottom edge of the film guide rails. Go ahead and insert the film into one of those slots while making sure the film is caught on the film sprockets. Normally you won't have to fidget with the film so much, but it's hard to shoot and load film at the same time. I'm making sure that the film is connecting to the grooves on the right hand side of the camera. Make sure to load your film in subdued light. I loaded my film in light just for example purposes, but usually I do this in a dark room just as a precaution. Once you insert the film in the hole, after you cock the lever, the film will start to move effortlessly onto the right hand spool. Cock the advanced film lever once so the film is secure. Close the back, turn the bottom of the lock to C for closed, and make 2 exposures. If you want to use your light meter, simply push the advanced film lever out slightly. This will activate the light meter, but don't leave the lever out indefinitely as it will drain the battery. The number of feet and meters on the lens correspond to how far a subject is from the film. You can use this if you want to get quick and discrete shots, especially for street photography. This is called range focusing. Once you have reached the end of your film roll, simply depress the film release button located on the bottom of the camera. Next, use the film rewinder and slowly turn the lever clockwise. It is helpful not to go too fast as the film can jam. If the film jams, don't open the film back and take it to the place you would like to get your film developed, and they can unspool your film in a dark bag or dark room. Once you feel no more tension on the film, you can open your film back. Congrats on shooting a film roll. Thanks for listening to a few of the tips I've learned while shooting the F2, and have a great day.